Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayada. I'm back on video after 3 weeks without using my computer, using my audio. I'm back, and in this episode, we are going to talk about the NBA Cup. Then we are going to talk about also the hip hop because Too Good to Be True podcast is not just about sport, it's about hip hop. Also, everything is diverse, this podcast. And also, we are going to do the NFL Week 9 prediction. So, don't forget to follow this podcast on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Let's get more likes, people. I want 1,000 likes and I want 1,000 subscribers so that I can reach my goal to go 1,000 subscriber. Make sure also to listen to this podcast on my Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Amazon Music. That being said, here we go.
Dice is on the beat.
So, we are going to talk about the result of the NBA Cup. If you have missed the result of the NBA Cup, I will give you the result of this NBA Cup of the during the Halloween. So we had a couple of games in Halloween. So let's talk just only about the result. Then we're gonna switch up another topic. So here we go. In the East Group A, my Raptors versus the Cavaliers beat beat the Cavaliers 112 to 101. The Atlanta Hawks beat the Indiana Pacers 128 to 108. In Group B, in the Eastern Group B, the Boston Celtics beat the Philadelphia 76ers 109 to 108. In the East Group C, the Chicago Bulls, who are basically they're a surprise team for now, for now, beat the New York Nets 135 to 125. In the Western Group B, the LA Lakers beat the Memphis Grizzlies 117 to 112. The Phoenix Sun in the Western Group A, the the Phoenix Sun beat the Utah Jazz 118 to 96. The Portland Trailblazers beat the Denver Nuggets 109 to 107. And finally, the LA Clippers beat the New Orleans Pelicans, who was starting 0-5, 126 to 124, with a Kawhi Leonard buzzer beater, which was amazing. So those are the results of the NBA Cup. We do have also a couple of games are playing on November 1st. So we already have the result between the Sacramento Kings and Milwaukee Bucks. So great win for the Sacramento Kings, 135 to 133. Um, the Timberwolves are leading against the Charlotte Hornets, 90 to 78. The Golden State Warriors leading against the Indiana Pacers, 49 to 41. The Orlando Magic are leading in the second quarter, 61 to 50. And we have the game will start between the Celtics and the Rockets right now. And the Lake and Mavericks and Detroit starting like 9 o'clock in the evening in the United States. So those are the results of the NBA Cup and the catch up um of the regular season right now. Move on from um the NBA Cup. We have to talk about the still in the NBA. We talking about the NBA scandal that happening a few weeks ago. But um, the arrest of Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and ex assistant and former player I believe Damian Jones, and I didn't really get my details, so I think everybody have already know about the situation. Let me just give my little bit small detail. Um, what about my thought about this? Um, my thought about this is very bad. And the reason why I say it's very bad because now that the NBA, uh, the FBI know about the gambling and the poker stuff, I think I'm not going to be surprised that the investigation, uh, furthermore, because I heard that there's two other people on the list, so we don't have the full detail about this. Between uh, the Chauncey Bill Poker or the Terry Rozier thing, even though we already knew what the Terry Rozier started in 2023, 2 years ago. So we already knew that. I think what the FBI is doing a statement with the gambling and the betting stuff too, because I always felt that, and this is my personal opinion, that no athlete, whether you're in the NBA, NFL, MLS, um, and the NHL, the MLB, should bet. I always said that, and I was gonna repeat this. It's a bad sign the for the people, especially athletes who betting on their own sport. It's very bad. If you don't believe me, a couple of years ago in the NFL, I believe that uh, NFL, I think it was Cal Pitt, who was Cal Rickley. I don't remember, but I think it was Cal Pitt who bet on the NFL and he got suspended for a full year, and he couldn't play. So the NFL made a statement that that he got suspended, he couldn't play. So I think they should make a rule. If you are the commissioner, any commissioner in any sport, they should make a rule that no athlete should bet on their own sport. Now, did I believe they're innocent until proven guilty? Yes, probably they're innocent. But let's see about the more detail what's going on the situation. So I don't have the full detail. So I think this case is pretty much continuing. And just another thing before we switch up, uh, a couple of weeks ago, I heard what Stephen A. said about the Donald Trump is coming and all the situation that in the administration in the United States. I think it's part of it. I think he is coming. I don't think he's done. Because if you remember, Donald Trump wanted to buy the Buffalo Bill 2014. That's what, according to Stephen A. Smith, and it did not work. And also remember a couple of years, I think it was 6 decades ago, 5 decades that Donald Trump created a USFL, as you remember that, and it did not turn out well for the USFL. And I think that this is my opinion with the Donald Trump thing is going on in the administration, going against the sport betting. I think it's a sign that that is coming. Look what happened with the ISIS, with the Bad Bunny situation. He did not want. He refused to do concert in the United States because of ISIS, and that could be legit, and I could believe that. But in my opinion, I think um, Donald Trump is planning on doing something. I don't know what is it, but let the investigation continue. So we'll see what's next. Moving on from the NBA gambling scandal and betting scandal, I want to switch up to hip hop because I'm a big, huge hip hop fan. I listen to hip hop; is pretty much my favorite. I listen to those classic songs, and when I found out, and you don't know what I'm going to talk about, I'm talking about the Billboard that there is not even one hip hop song in the Billboard in the Billboard 100 since the 1990 till now. No hip hop artist, no hip hop song it made it to the 100 Billboard since 1990. And you're wondering why? What is going on in hip hop? I could tell you this is my personal opinion. There's cover 2 3 reasons, and I'll tell you why. The reason why there is no hip hop artist in the 100 Billboard is because there is no new artist fresh coming up. We have to fit the reality. There isn't one, and I mean one new artist. Think uh, who released a new album. Think about this. We had the big three of Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake. And after that, who's next? Who's next? Because what I see is that there is no new artist development, new artists release a new album. They have to rely on the old head or the old rappers, which is very sad. And not only that, not only that, the, I mean, there is no, like I said, there's no new artists showing up. No new artists. There's no development. Um, Everybody's repeatedly doing the same thing. I mean, what's going on in hip hop? Now, do I think hip hop is dead? No, I think it's just a warning. It's a wake up call for all the hip hop artists, new generation, that if you guys continue doing that, hip hop will die and people will leave and go to listen to other genre of music. Don't get me wrong, I do love hip hop. I do listen to other genre music, believe me. But hip hop is number one. And if they don't release no new song, new artist in the future, you can say goodbye to hip hop. You can say goodbye to all the hip hop that is dead, that we all love. We love to listen. Hip hop is dead. Hip hop is dead. If in the future, I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about future. And how can we fix this? If you ask me, how can we fix this? In my opinion, and I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe they should have a reunion. All the old head with next to with a new head, new rapper coming up. Let's find a solution. What is going on? How can we fix this? Because the way I see it, every new artist doing the same sound. I don't want to give any an example, but they know who they are, and people know what I'm talking about. They know, you know. So I think the hit 1,100 the list of Billboard and having no hip hop, I think is a wake up call for the hip hop community. So that's how I got to feel about that. Moving on from this category of the hip hop, let's go back to sports. So we college football. There's still some game in college football. So if you want me to give me the result, I will give you the result now. I'll give the result right now. So in the football, Jackson State is leading Florida A&M 3-0. Uh, Delaware State beat Norfolk State. I think it was yesterday, 27 to 20. Townsend beat North Carolina A&T 62-9. South Carolina State beat Morgan State 36-30. Alabama State beat Prairie View 31 to 28. Grambling beat Alabama A&M 13-10. Bethune beat Mississippi Valley State 42-34. Alcorn beat Texas Southern 33-14. AR Pin Bluff beat Southern 40-21. North Carolina Central beat Howard 35-14. Leading Wood beat Tennessee State 35-13. 35-13. Let's talk about and that's the HBCU. They're not the college football, the NCAA football game. Ole Miss leading against South Carolina 17-7 in the second half quarter. Michigan and Purdue are tied. Tennessee is leading Oklahoma 7-0. USC actually Nebraska leading USC 7-0 in the first quarter. Ohio State beat Penn State 38-14 with the second half a dominate in a huge domination against Penn State in the second half. Texas beating Vanderbilt 34-31. SMU stunned beating the Miami 26-20. West Virginia beat Houston 45-35. Indiana beat Maryland 55-10. Georgia beat Florida 24-20. Notre Dame beat Boston College 25-10. Texas Tech beat Kansas State 43-20. Virginia beat California 31-21. And after the 9:15, the Cincinnati going against the Utah. In the NHL, right now, um, the Panther and the Star are tied in the third quarter. Same thing. The favorite beating the Capital 3-20 in the second half. End of the first quarter between the Flyers and the Maple Leaf 1-1 tied. Same thing. Same thing with the Blues and the Blue Jacket tied in the second quarter. The Canucks and Wild being actually is ahead against the Canuck 1-0. The Boston Bruins beat the Hurricane 2-1. 2-1. The Winnipeg Jets beat the Calgary Flames Yeah, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Actually, the Jets beat Winnipeg Jets beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-2. The Predators, Nashville Predator beat the Calgary Flames 4-2. The Sharks beat the Avalanche in overtime against 3-2 against the Avalanche. At 8 o'clock in the evening, the Kings versus the Devils, Oilers versus Blackhawks, Kraken versus Rangers, and the Montreal Canadiens is leading against my Ottawa Senators 2-0. So that's the update of the other sport. Now let's do the NFL prediction for Week 9, and also the Dodgers and my Blue Jays are in Game 7, so there's still 0-0. So go Blue Jays, by the way, too. Then go Blue Jays. So let's go to my NFL prediction. So Thursday night football game, we had the Ravens to the Dolphins in a huge domination by the Ravens 28-6. And also the trade that they traded Jair Alexander to the Philadelphia 76ers with a couple of second round picks. So just that was the news for the trade. So let's predict the Saints versus the Rams, and with the starting with Tyler Shook over Spencer Rattler. I'll go with my Saints. I'm always gonna go with my Saints. I have hope for my Saints to win the second game. Falcons versus Patriot. I got the Patriot winning against the Falcons. Titans versus Charger. Got the Chargers winning it. The Bears versus the Bengals. With the Joe Flacco injury, I got the Bears winning it. The Colts versus the Steelers. I'll give a surprise. I think the Steelers will win the game. I got the Steelers winning this game. The 49ers versus the Giants. I got the 49ers winning it. The Broncos versus the Texans. I got the Texans winning against the Broncos. Vikings versus Lions. The NFC North division rivalry. Um, I got the Lions winning it against the Vikings. The Panthers versus the Packers. I got the Packers winning it. Jaguar Raiders. I'll make a surprise. I will pick the Raiders beating the Jacksonville Jaguar. The Chiefs with the Bills. I got the Bills winning it against the Chiefs. And actually, Saturday Sunday night football. The Seahawks and the Commanders. I got the with the return of the uh, uh, Daniel. The Commanders win against the Seahawks, and Monday Night Football, the Cardinals versus the Cowboys. Cowboys winning it. So those are my prediction of the NFL. I will switch another topic. Another topic. Let's do this new segment called "Which team in the NBA are you surprised?" The surprise team. So I got like three teams. I was surprised. I was surprised looking at the standing. Number three, I got the Chicago Bulls, 5-0. First time that happened since the Jordan era in 95-96. 5-0. They're my surprise team. Without Kobe White, Josh Giddey is playing very very well. Which which were pretty good, and and they're my surprise team in the third place. Number two, I got for now. I got the Philadelphia 76er. That's my number two. My number two. A surprise team without Paul George and a limitless Joel Embiid, by Tyrese Maxey and the rookie VJ Hedgecomb, playing fantastic, this season. And my number one, the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs. I mean, uh, amazing, 5-0 in the franchise history. But this is just for now. As the season goes along, they will be struggling. So this is also Senator without De'Aaron Fox, I might add. So Wimby is on another level, and it's kind of scary. So those are my three team surprise team. My three disappointed team. My disappointed team. Number three, the New York Knicks. They're my disappointed team because I know it's early, but there. I mean, I think if it would take time with the system, with a new system, so I'm not worried about a little bit of my disappointment. Number two, I had the the it's very difficult, but I will go with the Memphis Grizzlies. I want it's between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Clippers, but I will go with the Clippers a little bit because they had a lot of veterans, and even though they're 3-2, I feel like it's early is very disappointed, and I knew it's gonna take time because they had a lot of veterans. So that's my disappointing team. And my final team, I got, oh man, and I'm gonna say Charlotte Hornets because not yet, but they're close. But the Dallas Mavericks, they're my disappointed. Yes, without Kyrie Irving, it's very difficult. It's very difficult, but the Dallas Mavericks without Kyrie Irving is painful now. Without Anthony Davis now, it's pretty rough. So they're all my disappointed team for now. So those are my three surprise team and three disappointing team. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Don't forget to follow this podcast on Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. You can listen to this podcast on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True Podcast. You can leave your comment on my video, and any subject that I brought up on my YouTube channel. Subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my video in the community. You can follow me on social media on Instagram, Pascal underscore Mayada underscore 15. Same thing with Threads, Facebook, Pascal Mayada. On my X formerly Twitter at Belly versus PMM. And that will say thank you very much, and I'll see you next